All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 65 of Passion Project. This is the speedrunning gaming variety show that encourages anyone and everyone in the speedrun and greater gaming communities to showcase their passions in games. My name is Amber Cyprin. I will be your host tonight. And if you've got a passion project of your own and you want to appear on GDQ Hotfix, we're always looking for new submissions. So if you've got a run you'd love to showcase on the channel, send it our way at gdq.gg/submit/hotfix, type exclamation point submit in chat for more details. So whether that's grinding speedruns, learning and routing new categories, or breathing new life into a game in unconventional ways like we'll be doing tonight, Passion Projects is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. Before we get started with the showcase that we have planned for tonight, I just want to remind everyone that SGDQ, Summer Games Done Quick 2026, is going to be live in Minneapolis, Minnesota from July 5th to the 11th. You can visit gdq.gg to learn more or register for the event, and stay tuned for the schedule coming out May 1st. I'm super excited about it, and so should you be. They've been revealing it on Blue Sky over time with GDQ Wordle. It's great. But tonight here on Passion Project, we are back on our alternative controllers project nonsense, as we are wont to do, and we'll be showcasing the potential and the challenges that musical instruments have when controlling Super Mario 64, and we'll show the challenges of my hand tracker thinking my microphone is my fist. Joining me first is the wonderful Family Jewel, showing off his project that he's been actively working on, where he's turned his actual guitar into his controller, and afterwards, CZR will be coming on to demonstrate what happens when you make an entire drum kit your controller for the same game. Jules, thank you so much for joining me tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much, Amber, for having me on. I appreciate it a lot.
So I think a lot of people in chat, or the folks who may watch this on YouTube later, will probably be like, wait, Family Jewels, is that the same guitarist? He speedruns? Yes, actually.
More people will say, oh, you mean the guy who made Megalovaniana's doorbell?
Yes.
Probably that, but yes, also guitar, video game covers since 2010. It is the same fool doing what you're about to see.
I mean, for folks who are familiar with my show, they know I love foolish endeavors, and this is certainly one of them. I'm really excited about this. When you started posting about this on Blue Sky and on YouTube, I was like, no way.
Yeah, it is something that I've been kind of dabbling with since 2021, but the technical limitations of using a real guitar and then transitioning it to zeros and ones has been interesting. Hold on, just shut this Italian up really quick. Okay. Recently there's kind of been a development in technology that allows this, that made it seem a lot more possible to do some of the things that previously wasn't possible to do. And I'm hoping to showcase that tonight.
Well, I'm ready whenever you are, so you can feel free to count us down for the timer whenever you're ready to go.
I'll do a quick rundown on how this works, and then we'll do a timer.
Yeah,
and don't tell me what it is, because that's going to be stressful.
No worries.
This, first and foremost, we're going to time it. We're going to, so that you can see how long we've been going, of course. But this is more a showcase of that this may or may not be actually possible to do, is to beat a 16-star run using a guitar. There is a tracker, like an input tracker right below me. This is a custom Lua script that I wrote for tracking all of the different buttons, where they are on the guitar, and what they translate to. So we've got up, we got down, and all that good stuff. And just so that you guys can hear it, I have it running through the computer so that you can hear some guitar. So when I play C on the 5th string, Mario goes forward. And then right next to it is B, down. So there's never going to be a time where I need to press up and down at the same time, so those are on the same string. That was very important while trying to decide which notes should be what. The other important note is that every note should be in the key of C, because most of the songs in this game are in C, and I'm trying to mitigate how unlistenable this is going to be. It still will be marginally unlistenable because of just all the... It'll sound like somebody who's never played a guitar before for a lot of it, but that's why the notes that I have chosen are what they are. So really quick going through them. We've got directionals on the 4th and 5th string.
Also, real quick, Jules, we don't have the guitar audio coming through the stream. Is that a separate audio device that you need to add?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I would have an... Yeah, well, thank you for also... oh, you know why? I know why. It's because we did a different
Oh, that would be exactly why. I can absolutely yap for a moment while you get that set up. Chat, I hope you're all excited about this while Jules gets his guitar audio coming through, because I find it really entertaining when we get guitar audio through this. But while we're waiting for Jules to set that up real quick, I just want to remind you all that if you're curious on what's coming up on Hotfix, or if you're ever interested on running on GDQ, you can check out this week's schedule and submit your runs to be showcased at gdq.gg/hotfix. But you can also catch up on past GDQ Hotfix shows and marathons at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can consider liking, subscribing, or becoming a channel member to support GDQ. I've had a slew of episodes recently that are all alternative controllers from like the end of March to now. And I am finally out of currently I'm finally out of like weird controller speedruns to show you all, so feel free to send some more my way, because I am looking forward to working with more folks like Jules, like Mimi Lena, who we had on in March, Nico Hart, etc. Like if you've ever like seen any of my shows, you'll know what nonsense we've got going on here. If you were expecting a plastic guitar, this is a real guitar. But yeah, no, I can't appreciate Jules more than I do right now for coming on and showcasing this. And I am Guitar Hero like. I'm getting word that we are ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and turn things back over to you, Jules, so we can get those sweet guitar riffs.
All right. So we're good now. Now you should be able to hear some of this actual guitar, as well as the game. All right. I see a lot of people thinking like, oh, it's probably going to be a plastic guitar and Guitar Hero like. This is more Rocksmith like, because we're actually using a real guitar.
Yes.
So now hopefully you guys can hear the guitar, and these are all of the inputs that we have. G is Z. These are our directionals. Open G string is an A. Open B string is a B. That one's easy to remember. And then open E is R. And then these are our C buttons. Nice pentatonic scale. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to be using. There's no other trickery. There's no pedals. There's no buttons or anything. This is purely only tracking when it hears each individual note on each individual string, and when it is not picking up the note, because then it decides, for those half an A press fans out there, when it is a full A press or a half an A press. Which one caveat with this is there are notes that stick. Still working on that one. So again, This is going to be a showcase of Mario 64 being played only with a guitar, and hopefully we do it. So let's jump in.
All right. Feel free to count us down. Are you ready? I am ready whenever you are.
In 3, in 2, and 1.
Good luck. Have fun.
Me, Mario.
Good luck on not breaking a string. That hasn't happened yet, and because you just said that, you've just willed it into existence. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Dear Mario.
Someone's going to task this. You can feel it in your bones. Funny you mentioned that.
It's funny you mentioned that. What's cool about this whole setup, and during the intro I'll talk a little bit about it, is we are using MIDI data That's musical. If you've ever seen a piano roll in a digital audio workstation like GarageBand or something, that information is being transferred into keystrokes, which Super Mario 64 himself is taking as the inputs. So with that, you can actually use MIDI to essentially task this if you want, but hopefully we don't have to. All right. So I'm going to already let you guys down quite a bit because you can imagine lock to skip is very difficult. I will give myself like 4.5 seconds to see if I can set it up right. And I've already given up.
Yeah, no, I want to emphasize as we go into this, the difficulty of the nonsense that is happening on the screen. Concessions will be made. And also, like, you have only been actively trying to refine this for, what, a couple of months now?
Yeah, after kind of giving up on the project for a little while. Been refining it for the past month or so.
Yeah.
Oops. One thing that makes this very difficult is we are using essentially a D-pad here.
Yeah. So the game will only recognize 8 directions, which I think is the same for, we'll have CZR showcasing his drum setup for the same run. And
I'm gonna
he
try
also
this
only has 8
really
directions.
quick.
Ooh, yeah, let's go. Let's give it a shot.
Oh my god. Ah, so close. But just the fact that it got that close is insane.
Oh.
It's all good. There's been a lot of speculation of like, well, what is possible? And it's looking like a lot of things are possible.
Mm-hmm. It's a matter of time, refinement, and just improvement of the technology too. Because technology only recently, like, for what you want to do, where you don't want any whammy bar, no pedals, you want it just guitar notes and nothing else. Like, the technology only recently made it more possible.
That's right. So a lot of stuff that I have run this game with I don't want to say a real controller because that disrespects the guitar as a controller. I have done quite a few runs. I have a sub 18 and 16 star with a traditional N64 controller. Mm-hmm. So I have been trying to implement as many as I can. But one of the things that's very weird is having to think about it completely differently, like this.
Yeah, I remember the other night on stream you were saying, like, you try to get both stars here because you have a strat for the slide.
Yep. And it's essentially a song.
Ooh.
It's
Really?
essentially like a little riff for when I cross that section. Sometimes I can kind of we're pinballing around. Sometimes I can actually time it with the music, but I think it's not quite there yet as far as consistency.
Yeah.
Because so much of the creation of this run has been just on the technical side of it. And not, usually like speedrunners, the game's already done, the controller's already programmed, so they can really focus on the actual gameplay of it. A lot of this has also been testing and trials of what works the best for this fake plumber that we all know and love. So this one I'm going for is actually going to be pretty similar to how it looks in the speed run. So we're going to go over here and take note of kind of like how some of these things sound. So those 4 notes is something that like I've memorized and put into my muscle memory so that I know that if I need to do a wall kick and move to the side, that's essentially the riff I play.
Yeah, like chat just brings up like, that they feel like remembering strats as a tune could click really well with some people. And I think that might be true, actually.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of the ways that humans in general memorize things is by clumping the information together. That's why phone numbers are, 3, 3, and 4. It's easier to remember a string of 13 numbers if it's kind of bunched in that way specifically.
Oh, definitely.
So we are using kind of a cheap warp here, and that's just because there has been no other consistent way to get up here quickly. And we're going to kind of do similar strats as you'd probably expect for Thwomp here, because not a lot. Yeah, and as Pixel Shake said, it's absolutely possible that we could get this to a blindfold place. Or saved by the elevator. Okay, we're good. Oh, and then flattened by a Thwomp Daddy. All right, here we go. Storming out, putting smoke on the water to no clip. I mean, the first thing many people ask, like, what do certain songs do? And unfortunately, a lot of them do nothing because they utilize notes that I've not assigned to certain inputs.
Although when we get into Bowser throws, they sound really ominous. I don't know how else to say it. It's like a Jaws theme almost.
More or less, it is, yeah. Functionally, harmonically, it is the Jaws theme with a few extra notes. That was obviously a very intended almost jump off the edge there. It is manipulating the RNG in ways you can only imagine. And then we're going to wait for this. This is actually one of the easiest starts to do on a controller, one of the hardest for guitar because of directions regarding this. So ideally we would jump over to the front and yeah. Mostly because the final boss of this game is not Bowser. It is indeed Lakitu.
Oh, God. I think, okay, your video, when you initially completed, like, playing through this game with the guitar, your YouTube video goes on about, like, I finally understand how frustrating the camera is for people and how it's, like, actually aged like milk.
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah, no, like, the final boss is always Lakitu. Like, that's how I feel as a casual, I can't even call myself an enjoyer of SM64, a casual partaker.
Oh, and I totally understand that. Like, I had the privilege of watching one of my dear friends, Caleb Hiles, who's a singer on YouTube, play Ocarina of Time for the first time, and it really made me realize how actually inaccessible that video game is. Like, because people always talk about it, that it's the best Zelda of all time. But like, if you're a modern gamer, you're not going to read any signs. You're not going to listen to the fairy. How are you supposed to know the sword is in a tiny hole in the wall in this random spot? Like, it makes sense. So as you guys know, one of the most famous tricks in Mario 64, other than the BLJ, is Owless. So we are going to do that now. In absolutely the same way that you expect, I promise. Yeah, that should work. You ever had to retune the guitar mid-run? Oh yeah, I will be doing that. Mostly because there's a lot of really high-pressure things that I do where when all I need to do is just play the note easily, I will like slap the string out of like pure panic. So I will detune the guitar. And this guitar, by the way, is the Jason Richardson Cutlass from Ernie Ball. Somebody asked, is this the most expensive controller ever used to play Mario 64? And for some reason, I highly doubt it. That's not a question I necessarily want answered. At least while I'm working on this.
Yeah, I think I might have some existential dread seep out if I am told exactly what the most expensive SM64 controller ever used was. Yo!
So this is going to be probably the only time you ever see... Oh, okay, so we've got a stuck input there. I'll talk about that in a minute. Probably the only time on GDQ that you'll ever see what we in the industry refer to as cannon full, the polar opposite of canonless. But because, again, of the cardinal directions we're limited to and how they're used, it is very hard to get... That'll work. Very hard to get precise spots. Hope a string doesn't snap. I've never snapped a string in my life. He says during the run that he snaps a string during the run. I'm just trying to like
unspeak
unjinx
it. Yeah, unspeak it into existence.
Exactly. So many things can be unspoken, but not anything. Not as many things can be unheard. Oh, let's try that again. All right. A little bit trickier doing a lot of these like side hops and stuff when all you have to work with is up, down, left, and right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're gonna do this again, and because we already got the fast one, we don't technically need to get this. But it would be faster.
It would also be nicer and more consistent than trying to fight with the penguin.
True. Nice.
So for the question of do you think you could program volume to act as your sensitivity for a little more fluid control?
That's been a lot of what I've been testing. Specifically being able to program dynamics to be in charge of how forward the stick goes. And at minimum, I'm adding 2 programs to an already 3-program system to even make this work. Two programs. So mostly things like VJoy and stuff, where you're literally assigning certain inputs to be different degrees of a joystick. Even with that, this isn't exactly something that is nice. Not exactly something that you can find a GameFAQs walkthrough on how to do.
Yeah.
So we're kind of winging it.
CZR, who will be on later tonight, has a, I think it's like a 3-year-old tutorial around a...
Updated.
Oh, yeah, the updated one. Yeah, okay, so it is the slightly updated one, yeah. About how to get an instrument to work in this kind of scenario.
And that's the one that I used to get the this version of Mario 64 with a guitar. So I highly recommend that video. So big thanks to CZR. Hopefully one day we can play 2 copies of Mario 64 at the same time and make it sound absolutely cacophonous.
I mean,
that,
I also know
was the ice physics song.
I also know a saxophone player who doesn't do Mario 64, but I think with enough convincing might if it were like a guitar, saxophone, and drum band for Mario 64.
Mario 64 ska percent. You have guitars, drums, and sax. Like, let's go. All right, so this is also going to be the first time on GDQ history probably that you see Mario go down the vanilla shortcut. It's almost just so faux pas that it just, even though it's the most consistent, it still feels the most dirty. But it's okay, because this is the last star we need in CCM, and then we're going to go to Bowser, which is where my heart rate increases.
God, yeah. Bowser and Bowser stages on your setup just give me anxiety.
Yeah.
And I'm not even the one playing. I can't imagine what it's like for you right now.
We're chilling. Straight up Mario 64 aura farming right now. Oh, going into the wrong door.
Honestly, my brain on Mario 64 is me just going into the wrong door constantly.
Yeah. What a mood.
You know, we've had so many really cool alternative controllers over the last like month, because I reached out to you back in like February for this, and we tried to like schedule for March like right before PAX, and you were on tour, so it was like, can we wait? And then I was sick after PAX, and it's like, can we wait a little longer? But like we've had an ocarina.
We're finally doing it.
Here we go.
What? I do already have a plan on how to do Ocarina of Time with an ocarina.
Yeah,
and also
I've had
a banjo to play Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes. Like we had Mimi Lena on my like. I've been doing almost like basically a series of alternative controller. Ooh. Okay.
Sorry, I'm still processing the horrifying scene I just witnessed. It's okay. We have to move forward.
We will press
Don't need
forward.
to talk about it. Oh, that would have been bad. That would have been a very, very sad ground pound. Oh, okay, so here's an example of a stuck input. This happens because every single time we're doing any kind of input here, there's actually two things going on. Both the input being on and the input being off as two... Oh, please do not jump off that. In the case where the program reads that the note should be on, it's going to stay on until it gets the signal to turn it off. And that's kind of just how this has to work. So whereas, most people playing this game only have to worry about, did I press the button? Mm-hmm. A lot of these setups are, did I press the button and did I unpress the button? Press the button,
yes.
So, just a little bit extra. All right, throw in Bowser. He didn't give us a dance, which of course not. So we're gonna grab the tail, and this is the Bowser throwing song.
Bowser throwing song is really just my brain doing anything tense.
Yes, very half A press energy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the watch for rolling rocks and half a string press and half a fret. That's what we really need is half frets and do microtonal guitar.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, someone else has the same thought. Like, that sounds like the drowning jingle in a sense from Sonic. It gives me the same energy, yeah.
Thunderstruck. It actually, for me, I definitely hear Thunderstruck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like, yeah, kind of. It's definitely the same vibe. So the route that I have chosen for this is completely dependent on just the most consistent stars that I can get.
Which there's nothing wrong with that when you have this situation going.
Thank you. So we're only coming here to do red coins. And even that is scary because we got to jump out into the fire here. And then we're going to do long jump here. And then try to yoink that. And then up. All right, we got a stuck right input there. Uh-oh, no.
Right, please.
Okay. All good. This is another point where Lakitu is only sometimes helpful. Should be fine, as I said. It is nice. The one nice thing about this that I can say is that in a lot of ways, it kind of feels like playing for the first time again.
Yeah. And also, someone asks, does the tone matter at all? Like clean versus distortion?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think it did.
Because the actual information the game is getting is coming from this pickup here. And I'll show that off after we completely obliterate the world record for guitar percent. This jump is kind of the bane of my existence, even with a real controller. If you do that, there's a very high chance you just fall into the quicksand.
Oh, please.
Bye. Like that you shout in tune with this. Yeah. I very much am a musician in some ways. Some might argue that I'm a musician at heart.
You could say that.
There are two wolves inside me. Gamer and musician. Again.
And these are the two wolves just jamming out, having a play session. Oh, okay.
I had a stuck left input, and I didn't notice it until it was too late. So that is definitely something that is needed to be debugged here. Yes, doorbell musician at heart. There we go.
Honestly, real talk, this jump sucks. Like,
It just
does.
sucks in general.
Yeah, like, I mean, in
And
a general sense.
At a certain point, you just kind of do it normal. Just and saved it. Okay, Jesus, that was bad. Okay, we're good now though. So now we just got to set this up because if we fail this, we die. I failed it and didn't die, so I lied to you.
Who would go on the internet and just tell lies?
That is me. There we go.
Okay.
Ideally, I want to get that with a triple jump, and that's one of those things that, like, looking forward, I kind of see the picture of how this run would look. Mm-hmm. Right now, we're just trying to get through it.
Yeah, right now we're in the state of, it is just possible to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Chad,
Again,
I
just gotta do
can't.
this one more time.
Chad, I can barely play this game with a regular controller. Like, I can beat the game with a normal controller. I don't want to try doing this with a guitar, or any instrument for that matter.
Third time's the charm, that's what I'm saying. All right. This one, as long as we get the jump, is far easier than the last one. And it's funny because in the run, with a traditional controller, that's one of the easiest stars in the game. I just came up with that riff just now, and I think it's what I'm going to use forever. So not only do I think it works better, it sounds pretty. The timing of that triple jump is always weird because of the slope.
You know, this slope is just bad, honestly. Like, I know you can use the jumping box, but, like, I can't imagine how, like, not stable, but how, like, viable that would be on guitar, like, or rather, not viable that would be.
It would probably be fine. I just haven't played around with it, just because...
Because if it goes wrong, it goes quite wrong.
Well, let's try it. Yeah, the problem is Lakitu is not being cooperative with it, because I'd want it to be kind of a straight line.
Yeah, and right now it's much less of that right now.
There we go. One thing that I'm definitely getting my chops in from doing this run is hybrid picking, which is the subtle art of playing some notes with a pick and other notes with finger picking.
Ooh,
And that's
okay.
how a lot of the time I will be doing a lot of kind of directional stuff, but then A and B will be with my bare ass fingers. All right. Just a few more.
We're almost
Just had
there.
to ponder the box. Yeah, you ponder orbs, I ponder boxes. We're not the same.
The square
right.
is the superior shape.
The Tesseract, the Mario Tesseract. All right, hopefully we don't beat up Toad. I'm very guilty of that. I don't mean to, I promise.
I mean, I
So,
just beat up the wall instead.
What we want to do, for those not familiar with this run, is now we want to spawn Mips the Rabbit. Mips the Rabbit is one of the main characters of the 16-star run. And to do so, we need 15 stars, and to enter the area at 15 stars. So getting 15... For Toad to be the 15th star, it wouldn't work. We'd have to enter and exit a level. So that's why I get Toad stars at 14. And then this is going to be 15. Please do not. Okay.
I love that dumb clip.
So that's... Yeah, it's so good. I was actually worried for a second because I have not had to navigate using Dory, the sea monster
Yeah,
down
so
there.
you almost fell off into the water.
And that would have been a first, but we're good. So now is where things get really wacky, and especially wacky for somebody trying to play this guitar or play this game with a guitar. So we're gonna first catch Mips in the easiest way available to us. And we do not want to get the star. Despite the name being 16th star, that is not the 16th star. So we're gonna use Mips to clip through the door. I'm gonna play him a little song, and he's gonna get us through it.
You know, chat's thinking the same thing about that Mips capture setup. Like, that was actually really clean.
Oh, it's so good. If you know that, you'll never have a problem with Mips ever. It's really nice. So a lot of this comes down to the camera and pressing the right button. There we go. Grab, and then I have to think about it's up A or down A because I just ruined it. Okay, so down A. Now we know it. Now we know what it needs to be. The trick with this is waiting until Mips' shadow disappears. That's the moment to drop. Mips is the bunny. And we got a stuck left input.
So while you set this up, someone's asking any particular reason for pick versus thumb. You actually do a little bit of both because, like you had mentioned, hybrid picking earlier. Yep. To be able to hit two notes simultaneously, where you hit one with the pick and the other one with your bare fingers to be able to do, you know, up an A, down an A, etc.
Yeah, thumb is not super helpful, I don't think, especially for the only button being okay. So down A. There we go. Mostly just because later on, obviously with BLJs, it's going to be very important to be able to pick very quickly. And the best way to do so is definitely with a pick. I actually studied classical guitar with a focus on flamenco in college. Even still, as much as I'd love to picado the notes with my fingers, pick is just going to be way cleaner, especially when we're dealing with so many variables. And yeah, go ahead to talk as much as you want, because swimming is definitely the most annoying part of this, because you just hear me play this note over and over and over again.
Yeah, no, this is one of those like blant, blant, blant moments of the entire run here.
Yeah.
But, no, like, folks have really been enjoying this. Folks have been popping off in the chat about, like, whoa, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't even know, so I'm in there with you.
Well, welcome to Passion Project, where we have, normally we're a variety speedrunning show, but it isn't always speedrunning. We are speedrunning today, but we've had a lot of alternative controllers lately, and honestly, like, if you didn't know that Family Jewels, who everyone knows him as the guy who did Doorbell on his or did his Doorbell on Megalovania, did Megalovania.
I played Doorbell on my Megalovania. That is true.
He did Megalovania on his Doorbell, but also does tons of awesome video game covers, heavy metal video game covers, and also streams. You know, you should follow Jules' stream. It's in the pinned message. And he does archipelagos, runs like this, also speedruns other N64 games like Ocarina of Time and Banjo-Kazooie. Does a lot of really cool stuff. Like, most of the reactions I've gotten since it was revealed that Jules was going to be on was, wait, Jules speedruns? I thought he just did music. It's like, well, he does both at the same time.
When I'm failing at doing a BLJ with a guitar for an hour, I wish all I did was music. So we have all of the stars that we need for this run now. We are now going to avoid death narrowly here. All right. Hold on. New strategy. Rerouting. Okay, failing to reroute. It's okay. So we're just gonna nice front sub. It's the back sub, but thank you. Does great shows at MagFest. Thank you so much. Yeah, some of my favorite shows I've ever done have been MagFest shows.
Yeah, you've also done some stuff at PAX East as well, which is actually how we met, back in 2019. And I gave you a copy of Sonic 3D Blast because that was my active speed game at the time, and what most people figured me out. Like, I'd been speedrunning for years, and then I finally ran 3D Blast, and everyone just knew me as the person who was really, really excited about 3D Blast.
Mm-hmm. I remember that distinctly.
And I was just like when you were like, I'm a 3D, not 3D, I speedrun Mario 64, and I was like, oh, if you're a speedrunner, I'm gonna give you this, and I'm just going to try to be the cult starter that everyone accused me of being at the time. And it was just really cool to get to meet you and like find out you were a speedrunner. And I was like, yo, you stream on Twitch? And then we just started like I started following you and just kind of like watching your speedrun journey, because I think you were like, yeah, I'm a baby speedrunner. I only speedrun Mario 64, and like you've done a lot of other things since, and you run Pokemon as well. Yeah.
Don't remind me.
I think that's.
Oh yeah, I love speedrunning a slot machine. Yeah, it's a great time.
That is basically my partner's reaction when he's reminded that he ran Pokemon Blue for a while, or Pokemon Red for a while.
It is a fascinating run. It is very frustrating, but I have a lot of respect for people who dedicate a lot of time to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still have my 3D Blast that you gave me too.
Yeah, like
it was actually I was going to use it as a. I was originally in my most recent Replay 2025. I was gonna like tape something over it that said like Replay 2025 on it. Because I have the console I use has like it's a Dreamcast.
Yeah,
right?
no, 3D Blast is Genesis.
Genesis.
Yeah.
So it has a Genesis port. So I was like, oh well, I mean that would look very retro and cool, but ended up actually getting it was like a blank NES cartridge, making the label for it. Anyway, so still have it, still cherish it.
It's definitely one of the weirder things that I've given someone at a con, honestly. Like, that was the con where I just gave a bunch of people 3D Blast carts or Mega Collection discs, because I had a bunch of people be like, yo, I'm going to be at PAX East. Can you give me one of these? And I'm like, sure, yes. Now they're too expensive to find. Yay, retro gaming market.
Oh.
Wait, did you actually run Bomberman 64? Your the chat is telling me this is a thing.
Don't remind me. You're all speaking the cursed histories of my speedrunning career.
Like, I remembered the Pokemon arc. I just completely missed the Bomberman one.
I have completed every goal I have set myself to except for Bomberman 64. That's the only one that I was like, nah, I'm good. We got close enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bomberman made you feel the way Mips was feeling for a moment there.
God, I wish. Seems like he was having fun.
Also, very nice getting the Mips clip the second time around. Mario, don't you die on me here.
He's thinking about it. Okay.
He sure was thinking about it. I'm like, nuh-uh, not now.
Good. Just do this. And then there's a nice stuck left input. Here we go. Now this is a little breath, because I can just do this. We get past this whole section very easily. Just holding left and jumping. So now that we're done with that, now we can panic again.
Yeah, no, I won't lie. This on guitar just feels like it would be a nightmare.
So what's funny is it actually happens pretty quickly that you develop a muscle memory for. Please do not bomb me. Thank you.
I definitely develop a feel for that when I play this game.
There's a muscle memory of kind of just like, if I need Mario to move a certain way, I really do think the brain kind of starts like cutting down the steps required. So it was in the beginning, every single directional button had to be like planned out in my head.
Yeah.
And then and then there's certain things like this where there's like a riff that I know to play for wall kicks, like that, and it's again kind of that clumping information kind of thing we were talking about earlier. It's easier. I want to. All right. I just have to figure out how to get my run even close to how fast you can do it on drums, and then we'll do a full set.
Or do an alternative relay of guitar not versus, but guitar plus drums.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. Turn it into a co-op in that way.
Oh, it's so close.
Come on, Bowser.
So at this point, if I miss in the beginning, I usually try to bait him out or make him do that. That's fine too. Then I can get behind him and then the window. He does this warping thing, which it's already hard enough to get him to. There we go. That was intended. Now Mario and Bowser have the right offset flag hex addresses so that the RNG is manipulated in exactly the right way to get the cycle that I'm going for. Can you tell I've brushed up on my GDQ? God, my GDQ language so that.
Come on, Bowser.
There we go. Archipelago between guitar and drums, that would be fun.
Oh god, the idea of the game swapping between which controller is giving inputs is one thing, but the two musicians trying to swap controllers is an entirely different thought.
CZR, I hope you know how to play guitar, because I don't know how to play drums. I mean, I can figure it out, but I'm terrible. All right, we finally gotten to the moment. We've got the key. We've beaten Bowser. Now is
we got to beat Bowser
the hardest
again.
Part.
But first,
we can get there. So if you've never seen a BLJ before, this is going to look like I have no idea what I'm doing. If you have seen a BLJ before, you're right now thinking, how in the heck is this man going to do that? And I'm thinking the same thing right now. But it's okay. So, most of the people who've watched me do this are now absolutely sick and hearing this riff in their heads for how many times I've had to do this. So I'm just going to try to get it, and we'll see what happens.
this is actually, besides Lakitu, this is the other final boss. So this has been done. Is extremely difficult. We do have some other options should this not work out, but we're gonna give this some honest tries here for a little bit because we've got the time. But there's so much that goes into how a BLJ works normally, and then you gotta factor in playing guitar perfect for this. Because I've seen Jules doing a lot of science on the BLJ on guitar, including messing with metronomes, midi-tasking it, retuning his guitar mid-run, as we had covered was going to inevitably happen.
Just to make sure that, that's not going to be a factor in inputs being dropped. Because we're currently dealing with 3 different variables that could have input drops. Mm-hmm. Almost had up there. All right, he's warming up to it.
So there's a lot of things that Jules has to pay attention to here. Is Mario on the stair? He has to pay attention to when the A button is being registered as pressed. When is it not being pressed? He has. Oh!
I'm inside a clock. All right, we're good. All right, there you go, guys. It is possible. It is possible. Now we just gotta do it again. Yes, it's all because Yuna's here. Thank you, Yuna. Thank you, Yuna. You were very cute, and that's what powered my BLJ. Now do it again. We have to do it again. Metallica time, yeah.
For real, though.
Yeah.
So this one is a little bit easier because we're not going to have to reset and go back down the stairs because never-ending staircase fun.
But this one has the added caveat that if I get it, I can get stuck on the side of the wall, and I have to aim for the right side because if I go too far to the left, we will BLJ straight into the wrong level, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen happen. Yeah, wet dry. Yeah, a lot of people. The wet dry world warp is not a random thing. It is if you go too far to the left.
You got this. You 100% got this.
So close.
Oh. Chat, I want you all to give Jules all of your energy, all of your power. But I also, like, while we're getting this geared up, assuming I'm going to start yapping and you're going to get it. Watch. I just want to take a moment and just thank everyone who has done an alternative controller run on the show lately, because we've had so many different ways that people have gotten to enjoy their favorite games, whether it's been like, ocarina, mini dance pads, power gloves, saxophones. Tonight we've got guitar and drums. Like, the folks who do these alternative controller runs, we've even had like French horn and DJ controllers over the years. Like, the folks who send me these things or are open to me saying, hey, what about this, are what makes episodes like this possible.
So the major trick with this is we're palm muting the A. There it is. Got it.
Yes!
All right, we're through. Okay, final Bowser, and then we got it. A riff really adds to the Shepherd tone. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
We're through.
How's your Bowser throws for final Bowser?
Let's be happy with what we've accomplished and not ruin the moment by thinking about the next thing that could possibly go horribly wrong.
No, I can't imagine how you feel right now, but I am thrilled that you got those BLJs. Because those are so hard. Those are so incredibly hard. I cannot emphasize that enough.
I went into muscle memory mode for a speedrun. I'm not doing silly kicks for that. We're gonna hit the button the way our Lord Miyamoto intended. Everything that's possible on a controller is possible here.
It's just much harder.
Much harder, and except for variable direction, which I'm currently working on. But we'll get there.
The technology will get there.
If I hope I can show this off. This is the one thing that's actually easier on guitar than it is controller is the pull coming up here. It's hard to get onto with the guitar, but let's see if I can. Okay. This is actually way easier to do on a guitar. Oh, and then I failed it, of course. So you have to mash B at an incredible speed to get Mario to actually grab that pole. And it's actually way easier when you're tremolo picking because you can really just absolutely mash. But I did get it earlier today on my stream, so if you want to see that done, check that out. Mario, get down from there. Somebody come get her. All right. Come on. I don't like that angle. This one is a very scary angle. There we go. Because that can happen.
Yeah, easier doesn't mean easy.
I mean, yeah, just like how fast can you play through the Fire and the Flames? That'll through the Goombas and Bob-ombs. It's the name of this run. Percent. I don't know, chat. What's the most cursed name you can think of for whatever the heck that is happening on your screen right now is? Because at some point, it's probably going to be added to speedrun.com.
Oh, that would be so sick.
As a category only I play. This is my only way to get a world record. It's like one of those caveats where you're just like, yeah, I have a Mario 64. Like I have the world record in Mario 64 for guitar percent. What was that? Oh, it doesn't matter.
I mean, look, guitar percent. I know we're memeing here, but like this is genuinely incredible.
Thank you.
Like, I would love to see anyone else who has the same like accessibility to your tech. I would love to like see someone else pick up this and like try to help optimize it. All right, final Bowser.
So in this case, Bowser throws blue fire, which is going to follow me. So I usually opt out of trying to chase after him. If I take damage, I grab these coins. It's going to do it again. Oops. Just need a little damage boost there. It's important for reasons.
I also have no depth perception with this camera, so I don't know how the hell you got that coin off in the background.
I got that coin in the background? Listen, I could tell you that I just have amazing depth perception, or I could tell you the truth, which is that was just really lucky.
I mean, I would believe either if you tried to tell me seriously, but...
He's throwing a lot of blue fire, so this is probably going to screw me up. I actually don't see it, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, the blue fire genuinely sucks. But I also am not seeing it. So I think we're all right.
Missed it. I overspun him that time. That's okay. Alright, we're going to play it safe here, because we're
also,
down to one
I feel like I've hallucinated this, but maybe I haven't. Can someone confirm? Maybe you can confirm. The hitboxes on the mines in this final Bowser, they're not nearly as generous as the first Bowser, right?
It sure doesn't feel like it.
Sure doesn't look like
Bowser
it.
I've thrown Bowser like in completely the wrong direction, and then a bomb will go off, and I'm like, that was a gift. That was not. Oh, I think that was a non-blue fire, so I would have been fine for that one. Oh, just kidding. Just keeping you on your toes, chat. I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
Oh!
Just need a little Bowser. Little Bowser riff. Nothing too crazy. But as you know, we are not going to have the opportunity to just... it was weird. I thought there was a stick input there. I'm going to abort that one. So I think blue. Yep, there's blue. I'm glad I did that.
Good call on abandoning ship there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a lot of flames.
Yeah, he is being particularly unkind this go around.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Oh! Okay. Listen. I don't know what just happened. And I am...
I'm a tiny bit behind, so I was just like, wait, how did that work?
This is I'm not even gonna question it. We're going.
I don't care if this throw works or not. I need a replay. Thank you, Richard, for the replay on that. Jesus Christ.
Wild. So that was an example of me pressing a string so hard that it didn't even register because I'm so like tense.
Oh my God.
Okay. I don't want that one because that's not one. That's the one I want. Robbed. The timing of the throw is also a completely new muscle memory timing for me that I still have not quite understood. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, it's going to be a little bit earlier than what I'm usually expecting on, like, you know, like a regular controller.
Yeah, no, like the timing on these, I'm not even good at on a regular controller.
I don't think anyone is.
Without hundreds and possibly thousands of hours? Yeah, no.
Even like the best of Mario runners sometimes have trouble with throws.
Yeah.
Come on. Ah! That would have been fine if I actually I underspun. Underspun by Toby Fox.
Oh. This is doing a thing to my heart rate, I swear. Chat, it is midnight on the East Coast. I don't think my heart rate should be this high at midnight.
It's prime time for Bowser throws.
Yes.
Two. All right, for all the marbles.
Okay. I can't believe this is happening on the show. This is so good. This is such nonsense. But this is so good. All right, chat.
Get him to, let me see if you can get him to chase me. No, he's gonna just keep jumping. I'm not gonna be able to run around him while he's that close to the edge.
Yeah, no, that's playing a dangerous game that I don't think anyone wants to play right now.
Heartbreak. Heartbreaking. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
We're gonna have better setups this time. So close. So close. It's all good. What's important is we've proven that it's possible.
yes. This is
And now
just one of those things. Oh, whoever just posted the spinning whooper emote in chat, you my heart goes out to you. You win.
I swear this first phase too is he spins faster. It makes it harder for you to actually get around him.
Yeah.
With the controller, it's not horrible. With guitar, it is horrible. Ow. Okay. What's great about when he chases you is that he just gives you his tail.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't do a ton of damage. He does a quarter of your health, but like he just gives you the tail in return.
Let me get a 1 chat. Ah, I muted the string. See, these are things that you're not expecting while you're playing Mario 64. Like, oh no, the harmonic series has caused a resonance, and therefore a solar flare has caused my... No, I'm just making excuses now. All right, let's 2.
We got those much faster than last time. We are warmed up. We are locked in.
Yes, we are. It's absolutely easy now.
Bowser's throwing his temper tantrum. Temper tantrum.
I can't tell if that... Starting to sound like a Tool song. All right, here we go.
Really is.
3.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then I almost walked off the edge. No, we're good. All right, that's it, guys. Mario 64 beaten with a guitar.
Time is grabbing the star, right?
Time.
GG. That was sick.
Yuna, I did it. I'm sorry, I woke you up. Yuna, I did it. I did it, baby. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of your father? Yay! 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 BLJ! Bacon, lettuce, jalapenos! Awesome. Yes, world record. Actually, we got a 44 earlier on stream, so that's currently the world record for guitar percent. But 55 is also a nice repeating number, so that's good.
Sub hour is very sick.
Insane. Yeah. So that was honestly something that I was gunning for. And with the previous setup for BLJs, it was just impossible. And yeah. Can you play Mario's song on guitar? Yeah. Yes, you can play Mario on the guitar, but can he play the Mario song on guitar?
I wonder.
No, I guess not. I can't. Sorry about that.
Yeah. But I just want to, we have a little bit of time. We have time for shout outs. I just want to also reiterate, we saw an incredible guitar run, and let's have some shout outs from you, and we can maybe go into what got you to do this, and any other things you want to like share and show off and like explain to the chat now that we've gotten past the run.
The big one is CZR. I mean, you know, CZR really made this actually viable. You know, making the information available for using BOEM Translator. Big shout outs to Fishman for, you know, making such a great guitar to MIDI converter, which is the only reason that this is even possible. And it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, big shout out to Yuna. Yeah, you. And huge shout out to you, Amber. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Like, this was so fun. This is so cool. I love this kind of stuff. Anyone who has ever seen my show before, like my literal pilot episode of this was Nico Hart controlling or speedrunning Alien Isolation with his actual DJ decks that he uses for his DJ work. So like, this is just like, I love these things so much, and shout outs to everyone who has ever offered me like an interesting or alternative way to play a game, including you. Like, this has been so cool. But if you want to get into like, you know, how you got into doing this, or like, you know, a little bit about your history with this project, or just, you know, speedrunning in general, and also like want to show off a little bit of the tech behind this, you are free to do so. We got like 10-15 minutes for that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot going on.
And also, chat, while we go through this, you should stick around through this, because one, this is really interesting stuff, but we also have CZR, who we've talked about, coming on after to also do 16 stars, but on drums, and like go through that. That's going to be sick too.
Let's do something silly. 1 second. Let me just do something very silly. All right. Just to show off some kind of a little bit of kind of what's going on here. We're gonna move to. I got an idea. So there is some tech I can show, but I won't bore you too much with just a bunch of stuff that probably won't make any sense to anybody but myself. But something we can do fairly easily is using, so off to the side here, I don't know how I would be able to showcase this. Off to the side here, I have, let's do this. I think they move view. It's down here. Studio mode. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm only showing what I want to show and not what I don't want to show.
Yes.
Not that there's anything that I wouldn't ever want to show, but in the case that there was, anyway.
No, like you were showing a bit of this on stream on Tuesday to explain what was going into the BLJs because you were struggling at the time because it's a very, very difficult thing to do on guitar. And you've done like a ton of labbing on what goes into a BLJ. How do you get it to work on a guitar in the first place, if you can at all sometimes, and just like what makes it possible. And also like just how the MIDI stuff works in a general sense. But also, yes, the Palm is Yuna, precious, adorable Yuna. She's very cute.
Oh man, this is let's just do the dangerous thing. Just kidding. I would never do anything dangerous.
And also, while you get this set up, folks, if you did miss this run, you should stick around because after CZR's run, we're going to be replaying both the Dynasty Warriors run that happened earlier, and we're going to be replaying the show. Yeah, that Dynasty Warriors run was great. Absolutely
awesome run, Phoenix. That was great. Okay, so what I'm gonna kind of showcase now is so here's a technical kind of blueprint, very professional, of kind of an explanation of how a BLJ works, to my knowledge. There seems to be some conflicting information online about how this works, but let's see. I just want to make sure that it's actually showing up on stream.
It is on our end, yeah.
Okay, cool. So here you have Mario. You'll know based on here. I'll draw him a little hat. How about that? Is that what you want? You want a little hat on him? There you go. That's Mario.
This is also like a perfect rendition of the BLJ, honestly.
Yeah. So here's Mario. You might have heard of him. So when he hits the stair, there from the research that I found, there is two configurations in a 0.3 second time that an A press needs to happen, and that is either, I'll show. I think it is 1, 4, and 6. So that would require an A press on 6, an A press on 4, and an A press on 1. The first frame being the moment that Mario touches the stair. So once that happens, it needs to hit frame 1, A, and then 4 frames later, another A press, and then 2 frames later, another an A press on 6. When you're using a normal controller, when the A press goes up is not really something that you're too worried about because you think about one press as all the way down. With this system, I do have to make sure that there is enough time for there to be an off, and those have to happen in between these. So luckily there is another possible configuration of frames, and this is frame perfect for sure. You won't exit paint. That's just an inside joke. Only no one would ever exit paint. The point of this is I have 2 frames for there to be an A off, and then this is the configuration I'm kind of going for, where we have 3 frames to get an A off to pop off, so to speak. So that's essentially how precise this is. So keep that in mind. This is 10 frames at 30 frames a second. So we're looking at roughly 0.3 seconds. This will be on the test. Knowing that, how precise, not only frame perfect, but frame perfect in 3 different places that we have to be for this to work. Let's look at the actual hardware going on. So first of all, we're using what's known as Triple Play, and Triple Play has an amazing utility that opens right up when it sees sees that you're connected, and you can change the different parameters. For this in particular, we're turning all bend mode off. That allows for, if you bend a note, for it to pick up that information, which is amazing. Less dynamics, and then here you can actually edit the sensitivities, 16 being the most sensitive. But every time I play a note, this is the first line of defense. the first thing that's picking up all of this stuff. So after triple play picks that up, we now go to a program called BOEM, where every single possible input, including on and off, is mapped. So here, up is channel 5, which means the 5th string, any velocity, and it's just going to play a W, because WASD, that's going to be forward, and every button on the controller is designed like that. So that's number 2. Then Mario 64 gets the input from this. So imagine trying to do something so frame perfect that not only does your playing have to be perfect, but then a program that picks up the notes turning it into MIDI has to be perfect, and then the program converting the MIDI into the keyboard presses, N64 controller presses, also needs to line up.
Yeah.
3 absolutely perfect things have to happen to make a BLJ work, which I guess happened when we did it earlier.
Yes,
but that is
twice,
also why
no
it's
less.
so difficult. Twice. What's cool about this is because it is all MIDI based, I can actually run the game using this program called Cubase with it routed to BOEM instead of coming from my guitar. So I'm just gonna pop in my cartridge that loads right to the BLJ. Yeah, it's totally legitimate. And I'm going to show you that if we have what sounds like this, that's the ideal BLJ, and it's also randomized a little bit so it kind of simulates a human. But now, if I route that out to MIDI signals that the game can understand, even then it's a little bit, it's not quite there. So we can, in a much more understandable language for me, we can control when these inputs happen. So let's bring Mario back down the stairs here. And we can, and this is while I was researching and trying to test, this is what I did. In a music software, I tasked Mario 64.
I watched you do that on Tuesday too. Like, that was very funny. I was like, oh, you could literally just MIDI task.
There you go. So MIDI, so that's just, if you don't understand tasking, but you do understand MIDI, I guess, hope is not lost. You can do it like this.
Yes.
Very, very cool. Is it possible to adjust the sensitivity of the unpress? Yes, and I've kind of tested around what works the best, and pretty much landed. No, it literally is a tool-assisted run with extra steps. Because, I mean, it's not easier than writing a task, but this is how kind of coming up with, is this possible on the guitar? I can run these programs, these MIDI lines, to see if something's possible by moving things frames at a time. So yeah, that's kind of that. Other than that, there is, let's see,
Like, what brought you to, like, be like, I want to, this idea popped in your head in 2021. First off, what made that idea even come to you in the first place? And how, like, what made you revisit it earlier this year?
I think, don't worry, chat, we are not doing TikTok clock. I would not do that to you.
Also, you can feel free to remove your screen share on top of your game, so we just get the game, so it's not like doubled up right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just
decide
like,
if I wanted to,
or if you have something else to show.
Show anything else? Yeah, I think I showed the slide. That was important.
Yes.
I showed the MIDI. That was important, and I showed the programs that go into this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all of it. Oh, this input viewer is it's picking up from my guitar, and I wrote it. So I'm also getting into coding a lot because of Archipelago, I developed the Archipelago for GoldenEye, working on that pretty much every day, along with Hungry Pumpkin. That's also my Archipelago project. And yeah, sharing this on Taz videos, good. Yeah, I think it must have been, I was made aware of a program called Abject, which was the original program that I used for this purpose, and it just got me thinking, like, wow, you can take a sound and turn it into a note. But what could you make it just immediately go to, like a keyboard press or a controller press? And you can. And I was like, well, what's a video game I can play with it? And Pokemon seemed like, yeah, obviously, but what if you could do it with Mario?
Yeah, something with 8 directions and a third dimension.
I just thought it would be much more interesting to watch and therefore learn how to do.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of limitations of that one.
Yes.
However, I do, if I were to ever do something like maybe Ocarina of Time with an ocarina,
yes.
That's the program that
is actually
probably use.
Yeah, this is actually, we covered Abject, incidentally on the show that we pushed back when we had Mimi Lena doing Breath of the Wild on an ocarina. She actually did a whole PowerPoint presentation about her history with that project, and also like plugged Abject and showed off that project. So if y'all haven't seen that run, please go to the GDQ YouTube. You can find that episode of Passion Project. It was super sick. And that software is free, by the way. So
yes.
If you want to do something, it usually works through picking up the microphone. So like an ocarina is a great option. Woodwind instruments in general are a good option if you don't have like the electronic variant of it. If you had an absurd breath control and really good lungs, you could probably try to sing your way through a song, but I wouldn't recommend that.
Perfect pitch would help too.
Yes.
It is all pitch based. Which I do not have. I don't want to pretend like I'm like, oh yeah, look, I can do it. I don't. I'm just like you, Chad. I'm dumb. So Mario 64 with a guitar has been kind of just this thing that I thought would be cool, and then we tested it, and I remember distinctly I got all the way to Bowser 2, Bowser in the Fire Sea, and I finally beat Bowser. This was all with Abject, and I walked off the stage.
Oh no.
And that was the moment I was like, this isn't worth it. I'm good. And I think I also hit that point with doing BLJs with the initial kind of settings that I've tweaked over the past few days. Like BLJs, I mean, Amber, that was kind of a point where I was just like, I don't know if this is even feasible.
Yeah.
So the fact that it happened, and it happened quick tonight, is an absolute miracle. And I'm very excited to kind of show off how I was able to achieve this, because I would love to see if anybody way smarter than I am can actually make this more of a consistent thing, because I remember there was some amount of gaslighting happening where I would be playing it perfectly, but then Mario wouldn't be doing the thing, and I'm like, oh, is this because I'm not playing well enough? Am I a bad guitarist? Like, am I a bad Mario player? Like, I mean, yes, but like the most important part of that is even with perfect execution, in the words of Captain Picard, you can do everything right and still lose. This was an absolute full example of that. And all of that stuff was to show, even if I were to play perfectly, BLJs might not happen. And for you guys out there who are doing it perfectly and it's not working, just to validate you a little bit, that trick is ridiculous. So it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hit the transition button. There we go.
But no, like it's really cool to see you pick up this project and all the other projects you've been picking up. And like, honestly, like, you tell chat about your stream, what kind of games you've been playing in Archipelago lately, like, any other projects or rando or speedrun things that you've been doing or planning. And also, like, I know you have a tour coming up as well. Yeah,
I've got I'm going to be performing in Atlanta at MomoCon at the end of May. I'm touring with my band Thunderforge in a few days. I still have not packed.
That's a mood.
That's what, yeah. I also should probably relearn how to play our songs. We'll get there. I want to make sure that I could beat Mario with a guitar first. That was most important to me. And then, so that's going to be Massachusetts to Chicago. We're only doing about 4 shows. If you guys are in the area, look out for Thunder Forge. And I will
sick.
be there.
You're going to be in my neck of the woods.
Yeah. And then let's see. So for streams, YouTube, I remember when I used to make music there. That was a fun time. That was a time long ago. Just kidding. There are projects coming out. I just released an album of all metal covers of the music from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. It's called Tempest. Please check that out. And then as for the streams, I'm very, very obsessed with Archipelago Multi-Worlds. That's essentially 2 people can play different games like Mario and Ocarina of Time, and one person's hook shot might be another person's star, and you have to find where your items are so that you both can finish the game. Very, very cool if you haven't checked that out. And I am helping develop some of the implementations of games so that people can cross all sorts of different games. Right now I'm working on the GoldenEye one, the Hungry Pumpkin. I'm helping Pixel Shake in chat a little bit with the some of the stuff revolving around the Banjo-Kazooie one. No release date on that. Still very, very much trying to get it right on the first go. So but there's a lot of really, really exciting things happening in Archipelago World. I may or may not have a event maybe happening later in the year revolving Archipelago. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Definitely follow me at X, formerly known as Twitter, formerly known as X, at Family Jewels 7X, and YouTube is Family Jewels. Just Family Jewels. You'll probably find me.
He's also on Blue Sky, which is how I know when he goes live.
Yep.
Which that's just Family Jewels, right? And you don't have the 7X stuck on the end there.
Yeah, I try to keep it Family Jewels, but sometimes people take it. I couldn't even get Family Jewels on GitHub. I have to be not Family Jewels.
That's my favorite alt when someone's like, well, my name's not available, so let me just be the obvious, like, totally not this person now.
Yeah. But yeah, let Pixel cook for God dang it.
Yeah,
he's cooking on that, and it's amazing, and it's gonna be perfect when it comes out.
We just shouted out Jules' Twitch stream. Go follow Jules. They're very chill streams, and honestly very funny streams too. To sit back and just like I'll play another game in the background, just be lurking, and just listen to the nonsense that comes out of your mouth sometimes.
Totally fair. I've done unspeakable things for charity. And I've said some unspeakable things for less than charity.
Yes. And that's and again, like it's Thunder Forge. That's your band that's touring as well in a few days, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. And yeah, folks, please just follow Jules. Jules does more than just play Megalovania on the doorbell, I promise. He's been doing music and speedrunning for years and other gaming nonsense content, which is my favorite brand of content. So, like, please go check him out if you haven't. And if you've never seen Jules before, well, I think this is a cool introduction to him.
Hi. If you've ever played Necrodancer and you heard a guitar, it was probably me.
Yeah, it's true. But thank you again so much for doing this tonight. I really enjoyed having you on. And if you ever want to do a run back of a silly idea, whether it's, hey, I finally got Mario even faster, let's run it back, hit me up.
Be careful what you ask for. I have some weird ideas.
I mean, Hungry Pumpkin. Like Hungry Pumpkin Archipelago. I'm just saying. People have been doing
10-screen Hungry Pumpkin speedruns in the Discord. It is wild. So be careful what you wish for. That's all I'll say.
Yes, but yeah.
Are we moving on? 'Cause I'm very excited to see CZR.
I'm very excited to see CZR as well. So chat, we're gonna go to a brief break while we get CZR set up and ready to go. I hope y'all stick around for that. And this is your time to get a drink, get a snack, whatever you need to buckle up, because this is going to be another sick run. CZR is going to be doing the 16-star run that you just saw, but on a drum kit, a full real drum kit, and it's really cool. And it was what helped inspire Jules to pick up this project again. So I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to be right back after this break. All right, everyone, welcome back to Passion Project. This is episode 67. This is the speedrunning gaming variety show where it is the best place on Twitch to show the world what you love the most in speedrunning and gaming. My name is Amber Cypher, and I am joined by the wonderfully talented CZR. If you just missed the Family Jewels run on Super Mario 64, using his literal actual guitar as a controller to move Mario around in the game, you should stick around because we're going to have CZR showing the same run, but on an entirely different instrument. And when I say entirely a different instrument, like, you can't get more different than drums versus guitar here. CZR, thank you so much for being on tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Very excited to show off another instrument that you can use to control Mario. So very glad and very happy to do it after Jules. Great guitar run there.
Yeah, that was really sick. And it's also really cool to have, like, your tutorial for how to get an instrument working as a MIDI controller. That's what inspired him to pick that project back up. So it's really cool to have you following up his run.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And he's not the first musician that I've heard say that. So it's always an honor. I can shout out Dr. Doot, who does like Elden Ring with the saxophone.
Yeah, we had him on for Sekiro a few weeks ago, actually.
Exactly. So, it's a cool club to be part of. And the fact that I inspire other musicians is great. Great to see.
But so what do we got going on tonight here? Let's dive into it.
All right, yeah, of course. So I'll be using a rolled-in drum kit. I'm actually playing on real N64 hardware. So with this hardware, we're going to be beating Super Mario 64 using only the roll-in drum set from the very beginning, getting 16 stars, and then finally to Bowser and beating the game. So I'll talk a little bit about the drum controls first. Similar to Jules, I'm turning the instrument signal into N64 signals. So for example, when I hit the bass drum, Mario will jump. That's pretty simple, right? Mm-hmm. If I roll on a drum, then I start controlling Mario's movement. Now, most of the run is actually here on the 4 drums. And I'm using the 4 drums as assigned as the cardinal directions. So again, very similar to guitar. Mm-hmm. I have up, right, down, and left. Now, how do you hold a button on drums? It's actually not intuitive at first. The first thing I can do to hold a direction is roll on a drum, a nice double stroke roll. But that can get very tiring, especially when I'm doing very long sessions of speed runs, like 3 or 4 hours of just attempting runs. So another thing that I developed over time is toggling via velocity. So if I hit a drum at max velocity, that direction is toggled.
Oh,
and for some magical reason, if I hit another direction like down, we got diagonals. So ordinal directions are also possible, albeit with a little bit of a setup. So you'll see me at the start of a few levels really hit one of the drums really hard to start toggling that direction. And the most common one is forward. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's that. So with movement in A, we have most of the things that we need to play this game. Now, I'll go through the rest of the buttons. The whole N64 controller is mapped here. The rims of the drums control the C buttons, same direction. So we have C up, C right, C left, and C down. So that's the edges of the drums. Now that does mean that, my technique has to be good as well. I can't be accidentally hitting C rights at the wrong time, or there'll be a catastrophe, right? Or I'll die, whatevs.
Yeah.
Okay. So I also have the B button mapped to my right cymbal, a nice China sounding cymbal. And I have another B button on my left foot. There's times where I want to press the B button, but I'm doing very intricate things with my 2 hands for movement. So I added a foot option to also press B. And then the last thing is the Z button. If I close the hi-hats, then I get to press Z. And I hold it for as long as I want. Open hi-hats, it's unpressed. Actually, 2 more buttons. We have the hi-hat symbols themselves as start, and the right symbol as R. Now, there is a little bit of a difference when I'm doing Bowser throws and BLJs. I actually hit this symbol, and what that does is it makes all the drums toggle the direction no matter how hard I hit. So I can hit softly up, but it's going to be toggled. Right, down, left, up, right, down, left. And you can see why I needed this for Bowser throws, right?
Oh, it definitely makes sense, because like where Jules' guitar strums, like the sustained note can give you a sustained input. You can't really achieve that on drums when you're doing like a stick rotation.
Exactly. And then for BLJs, I have to free up my left hand to close the hi-hats with my left hand because my left foot is busy mashing A with my double bass pedal.
Yeah.
And so we'll see that happen in action later on, but that's pretty much the breakdown of the controls. Actually, one more very important thing I have to mention, something that Jules can't do just yet is hold joystick between neutral and full extension. So I've shown you how if I roll on the drum, the joystick is fully extended in that direction. But if I hit softer, I can give values in between 0 and fully extended. And that's important in several stars, especially cannonless, which we'll see in the second stage of the speedrun.
And hopefully we can get the technology for guitar to do that as well. But I was really interested to see if you had that kind of level of control with drums, and I'm genuinely amazed that you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the benefits of playing on hardware. I'm using a Python script, which made it very easy to customize. And so there's an actual function that ties the velocity of hitting the drum to the amount the joystick is extended. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's
All right,
a lot of people who are really excited about this. And I am too. So I'm happy to dive in.
I'm very excited to show it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm ready to start whenever.
Yeah, you can feel free to count us in. I've got Richard ready on our timer here. So we'll be able to get started whenever you're ready to count us down.
All right, gonna do a few things on my side. Okay, I'm gonna reset, and that's when we'll start the timer. 3, 2, 1, start.
Good luck, have fun.
Thank you.
Yes, so you may have noticed that the estimate is much lower than Jules' run. The estimate is much lower because, one, CZR has been doing this, while Jules has been toying with the idea since, and messing around with the project using abject audio inputs prior to moving to BOEM and triple play. He did that in 2021, but he most recently, I think in February, is when he played through Mario 64 in full with guitar and finally started to, do the 16-star run. CZR has been doing this for much longer and also has a completely different set of inputs available to him that are, I will argue, because he can use his entire body, he's able to do certain things a little more consistently than Jules can right now. Jules' guitar run, with the technology available to him, is in a state of it can be done, just not quite as fast yet. Is it still mashing inputs on drums? I mean, with the double bass pedal, I would consider it foot mashing.
Or hand mashing.
Yeah.
For other things. And we got through. Nice.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite tricks to execute. And of course, it's very time-based. So, there's a lot of parallels between playing drums and speedrunning. There's the timing of it. There's routing, like learning a song, per se. And then there's like the mental endurance that comes with focusing for a long time, remembering your technique, so on and so forth. So I've had such a blast creating this new genre of drumming, and showing it off, of course.
Yeah, like the
right.
dichotomy between these two instruments cannot be understated.
Exactly. Okay, now we're gonna show off cannonless. So here I am going to slightly roll on the snare, and then with that drum beat,
Nice.
we got the cannonless star. So there are sections where the drum beat is predetermined. Actually, there's a lot of predetermined routing already, but there's always going to be slight variations. And so I do have to react fast enough sometimes to recover, per se. And there is a slight lag. There's a slight lag, so it is a little harder to play and react to mistakes.
Yeah,
but overall, it's not too bad. Very playable still.
Yeah, you've got a chain of things happening that introduces input latency between your inputs and the console actually receiving them. And that's just going to come with the nature of putting things through multiple programs to put through. You currently use like a Arduino device that allows you to interface with consoles right now. So you've been able to play on Switch, NES, SNES, and N64. And then when using PC games, you just kind of turn the drum signals into mouse and keyboard inputs.
Absolutely. I use the same program, Bohm MIDI Translator, which is the setup of it is covered in my tutorial, which was mentioned earlier. And so if you already own something that is a MIDI instrument or a MIDI controller, you can go ahead and set up a game already using the Bohm software.
Yeah, the Bohm software, it makes this all possible for things that operate through MIDI. If you want to explore something that isn't MIDI and is more like say like an ocarina or a recorder or a flute or other woodwinds or brass, you would want to look into Abject Audio Inputs, which is a free software which you can find on itch. It's great that exists as well, and that makes other runs possible. But currently, like, you are like you call this speed drumming, if you will, and you're currently the only speed drummer that you're aware of. So all of the times that you have are currently like all uncontested by anyone not named you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I joke that I'm first place, but also last place because I'm the only person right now. But, I've actually been able to take the drums in this setup to a couple of live events. GDQ was one of them, though I didn't get a chance to open up the controls to the attendees. But I have in other events, such as Pace, and we did have people try the drum controls and time their attempts. And so we have an unofficial leaderboard that I kept track of those participants. None of them beat my time. That was I have to make that clear. But it was such a blast. And, you could be a gamer and or a musician. And it was very fun to see people try it.
Oh my god, that always gives me a heart attack even on a normal controller.
I know.
Like Mario 64 camera, and I like speedrunners for speedrunners of the game, it's second nature, right? For a casual player of Mario 64, like I speedrun other series, I don't speedrun Mario. I speedrun Sonic, I speedrun other indie stuff, I speedrun Zelda. I don't speedrun this. So I feel like whenever I play Mario 64, it's like I'm playing baby's first 3D game. Because it basically is also like like world's first 3D game, and it's not the world's first 3D game, but it always feels like it.
It
and
felt that, yeah.
The camera, the prehistoric camera, bless its heart, tries its best, and it's a great tool in speedrunning. When you are casually playing it, I'm just like, oh my god, give me my C-stick from Mario Sunshine, please, I am begging you.
Right? Yeah, no, it's super awkward if you're not used to it, but you know, it is just another thing you have to learn how to control. It's not just Mario. But once you get it, it can be your friend. So, Jules, if you're listening, I'm sorry the camera has been like this, but it'll be worth it.
Oh my goodness. Like, the camera allows you to do lineups for various speedrun setups, which is really cool. So having like the static angles is really nice in that regard. I don't think most players think about that when they're trying to play through it. So, for the person who said I'd be curious to see how this setup is, as I have an e-kit myself, CZR on his YouTube actually does have a tutorial about how to set up things to get it running. His setup is specifically drums, but it works for anything that can output MIDI inputs. So if you have a MIDI controller at all, or an instrument that outputs MIDI, you can get Arduino devices, or even just like your PC to read it as inputs.
And that's the Bowser spins, yes. I play faster now, but when I first started, I had to also turn off the toggle. So the drum beat was twice as many hits, right? It was like... There's something ridiculous like that, but this is like the more fast, nice, bougie version of it. Shout out to GTA's in chat. He has tried the drum controls and has hit the BLJs on them.
Yeah, if you were here earlier during the chat with Jules when we finished half hour under his estimate, because that run ended up going extremely well. The big estimate was in case the inconsistency of the guitar aspect and the fact that technology isn't as consistent for it right now really just started to troll us, and it didn't really troll us, and it was great. But if you saw Jules's masterful MS Paint slide for a how a BLJ works, BLJs are very they're already hard enough on controller, especially if you're first learning them. On instruments, you have to try to figure out a setup for them half the time. Which you do have a setup with being able to physically close your hi-hat with your hand instead of using the pedal for it, and being able to dedicate both your feet to the double bass kick.
Absolutely. I think if you can play drums and you can do the setup correctly, it is easier on drums technically. But if you don't know how to get around the kit, of course, like there's technique and endurance and a lot of things that go into just playing drums in general, right?
Yeah. So like when someone's like, hey, why is Jules' estimate an hour longer than CZR's? It's like I said, it's a difference between the amount of time put into the project currently and the technology available to either instrument set. So like, you know, I imagine if Jules sticks with that project and the technology improves over time and he can get access to the right tools, like he can get his time down to this at some point.
Absolutely.
Like, because he runs Mario 64 on a normal, not a normal controller, but on a traditional N64 controller, as we'll call it, because that would be disrespectful to, or even say real controller.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be disrespectful to the guitar and the drums and any other alternative nonsense we've used before on the show to call the N64 controller a real one, and these are not real controllers. It's like, no, these are real controllers. They just have other purposes.
Jules is early on his journey with instrument SM64 speedrunning. My gameplay looked a lot like his when I started out, so...
I imagine it's the same kind of journey he had where like every input had to be thought about, like planned out in your brain before trying to execute it until the muscle memory started to build.
Yeah, you have to think about it at first. And now I don't think about where the buttons are. Similar to like if you move from keyboard to controller, it takes a little bit to adjust.
Yeah. Like, things that would be really cool is if someone can convince Dr. Doot to learn this run or learn even a few stars, and we just get like a relay between all of our instrument speedrunners. That would be so sick.
That'd be amazing. We're cooking up some things here, okay?
I'm just saying, like, I have connections with all three of you. I can put you three in a group chat and be like, all right, have fun.
Have fun. Throw us in a studio.
It's like Mario 64 ska percent, as Jules called it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I really appreciate folks who cook up different ways, and also like just making runs like work with different controllers. It could be like this really weird controller that is meant for games but is just a completely out there form factor that's not meant for this. I love that clip so much. It's so stupid.
I know.
Oh my god.
Very beginner friendly too. So
Yeah, it really
I would
is.
suggest that anyone try SM64 speedrunning, even with a regular controller, a regular N64 controller. I would say it's one of the more beginner friendly speedruns to try. So
Yeah, like if you're at all
Definitely
familiar with SM64, or you can like, if you get used to its control scheme, for sure. I think that there are other like also really good, whether it's retro or indie games, there's a few other games out there that are really good introductory speedruns. This is one of them. I would probably argue for like 2D retro stuff. You can look into like Super Mario Brothers, or you can look into Sonic 1 glitchless. And then there's some really good indie games out there that are also like really good beginner speedruns. I think Celeste is very accessible, for example. It's all right.
Celeste, that actually seems difficult
So
because of all the directions.
Sure.
Right?
On its casual playthrough, right? It has it also has a lot of accessibility options. So if you don't want to if you're like still getting used to it and you need some of the accessibility options in Celeste, right?
Yeah.
Even if it wouldn't be valid for leaderboard, it is a great way to start getting yourself like speedrunning. And one thing I always say on the show is, hi Mips clip, by the way. One thing I always say on the show is like, speedrun the game in the way that is the most fun to you. Leaderboards be damned. Like
Absolutely,
you don't,
yeah.
Like, there isn't a leaderboard, like on the SRC, there isn't like, you have an unofficial leaderboard because of like people trying out the run at pace, but like, you know, there doesn't even need to be an unofficial leaderboard for you to do what you do. Like, you've done Breath of the Wild any percent, Ocarina of Time and SMB any percent, like all on drums, and have played a number of other games with this, like, you know, Silk Song, Resident Evil Requiem most recently, I imagine.
Yes.
And like, just honestly, like, play the game how you feel is like the most fun for you, but also, like, for example, like if there's like a mod out there that makes the game more fun to you, like, speedrun that. Like, I don't care if it has a leaderboard. If it is what is letting you have fun and figure out if speedrunning is a thing you want to pursue. Because like, if you try to speedrun something that makes you unhappy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think that there's definitely a nostalgic factor with this game. For me personally, I didn't beat this game when I was a kid, so beating it now with drums is incredible. I think at this point I beat it more times on drums than a regular controller in my lifetime. So
Yeah. And like, it's just,
great.
I can't imagine how fulfilling it must be to like fuse your love for music and gaming. Because like, you've been playing drums since you've told me 2007, where you've played in like marching bands,
long time.
concert bands, heavy metal bands, all sorts of stuff. And like, you don't do this full time right now, but it's a goal that you have this year to hopefully be able to look into doing that.
Absolutely, yeah. I work as a scientist right now. That's my full-time job. So, you know, you can see the R&D brain when it comes to this. Yeah, so I applied a lot of the same things, and you know, it was a a real experience to be mixing both worlds and creating something that hasn't existed before. Funny enough, one of the things that got me really motivated early on was actually Moist Critical. He reacted to one of my speedruns. I was in the middle of the very first SM64 speedrun ever completed. In the middle of that, he came into my stream, donated 50 subs, and featured me in one of his videos. And after that, I knew, oh, you know what? This is special. I think this is something very special.
Yeah, that is actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
And
that was July 2020 as well. So
yeah,
very early on.
And that is honestly like just a testament to the support that the community also puts behind folks, like especially like new players. I always go back to like pointing out other like past episodes of Passion Project because we've done a bunch of other random nonsense across the years that I've been doing this show. And last May, as a birthday gift to myself, I dragged 8 of my friends and myself into like swapping speed games. So like we put on a spreadsheet all the games we were willing to teach another person, and we picked
so
games
cool.
and basically taught each other our speed runs. And we had 8 weeks, and I was like, you don't have to play the game every single day for those 8 weeks. We all have full-time jobs or all have our own like limited spoons or our own like things going on. Put as much. Oh, here we go. Hold on. It BLJ time.
Yeah, BLJ time. So right here, you'll see me use my left hand to close the hi-hats. That is present Z, and then double bass pedal past the door. There you go. All right. Didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, you're good. I saw what was happening. I was like, hold on. But like TLDR was like, we did as much effort as we were willing to do. For some people, that was your casual strats done quickly with a timer, and for other people, that was sitting down and watching a tutorial and actually learning a full run. But yeah, here we go. Come on. Come on, Mario. There we go.
There you go.
We got it. Yeah.
Yep. And we're in. Last stage.
Also, for the folks who are like, has Mario ever been run with a DJ Hero or a steering wheel? I don't know about DJ Hero controller. Steering wheel has almost certainly been done. I'd be shocked if it wasn't, but someone can fact check me. My pilot episode of this show, Passion Project with Nico Hart doing Alien Isolation on his DJ decks. He also speedruns things. He first ran that with his steering wheel, like, no lie, and then ended up learning how to run it on a bunch of other nonsense devices. And he's also done like Undertale, where his directional inputs, like his face buttons worked, but his controller's D-pad and analog stick would not respond unless he was pedaling a bicycle.
Oh my God.
Like, and that was
That's
really
incredible.
Funny. Like, did the No Mercy run, like first tried like some ridiculous fights that happened in that category. Like, there's been some really incredible runs that I've seen by the community, whether it's been on this show or on mainline GDQ or even on just a person's YouTube video. And I cannot like stress enough, if y'all feel inspired by Jules and CZR or Dr. Doot or Mimi Lena or any of the other people that we've had on doing alternative runs, like, please consider, if this is your flavor of speedrunning, like, this is a great time to give it a shot, you know?
All right. Last Bowser. We have a neat little trick here where we're going to wait for him. And he came running to us right away, which is very good RNG. Let's see how the second bomb looks. Perfect RNG. Very nice.
You love to see it.
And there you go, third bomb.
Nice.
Wow, that was such a good run.
That went really well. Holy crap.
That went really well, actually. Time stops at the star. And time.
GG. That went extremely well. Oh my God. He did, in fact, get drum rolled. Bowser did get drum rolled. That was really good. I love that.
Woo! 21?
Yeah.
Wow,
that was
that's
a
actually really
21-15.
good. 21-15. Wow, that's actually really good. Just to let y'all know, I did runs all week. And that is the fastest time I got all week. That's incredible. I mean, I got like 23x, 24x, and I did get 121, but it was closer to 22. Oh, that's incredible. I am so happy that you guys got to experience that. But I do have a lot of practice. Last November, I got invited to a music festival, and I got to do a 70-star run live in Copenhagen. And so I practiced so much for that. And going from 70-star to 16-star is, I feel much more comfortable with 16-star. Makes it much easier. 70-star is such great practice. But yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. We're not done. I'm going to try to explain some things. We're underestimate too. That was such a good run.
Both you and Jules went like relative to your estimates really under.
yeah, no, that's incredible. That's a good problem to have. The fastest time I've done this category in is 1948. I've only beaten this game under 20 minutes one time, which, by the way, I do cover the end credits in my stream. I don't know if we have time for that.
Yeah, go for it.
But I'd be down to do it.
You are the last one.
All right, everyone.
You are free to do so.
All right, everyone, enjoy this drum sesh.
I love the end credits theme. It's so good.
much for to playing my game.
And thank you so much for watching that run. Woo! Wow, that was the first speedrun I've done all year, like other than offline.
Yeah.
So I've missed jamming out to the end. Very cool, very cool.
Yeah, no, it has been a thrill to have you on for this run. And honestly, like, you finished underestimate as well. So, like, we have a good 10, 15 minutes if you want to just, anything you want to share, anything you want to show off, anything you want to talk about with regards to, like, your speedrunning journey, your music journey, or, like, how you got into this project overall. Or even how it works. Like, anything you want to share, by all means, like, this is the time to do that. And also shout outs and what you do and stuff. This is your time to shine.
Awesome. Yeah, if you want to check out full runs, I have them all on YouTube. I do post a lot on YouTube, Instagram, and I haven't streamed this year, but I do plan on streaming later, probably next month, starting next month. With either 70-star SM64 or Breath of the Wild any %. Right now, the world record sits at 1 hour, 14 minutes, but a sub 1 hour run is possible. And this is on real hardware too, so that's what gets me excited. This is a game that I love to play. I've spent so many hours. If you look at like most played game on my Switch, Breath of the Wild is #1. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Jules. Thank you. Shout outs to chat for being amazing.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you guys. I do plan on doing my creative work full time later this year. I'm a very bad capitalist, so I've been sticking with my full-time job to fund this, but this is what I am passionate about, pun intended.
Yeah, no, like I have this show literally so people can tell me about all their favorite things that they like doing, and just like tell the people in chat all the favorite things that they love doing, and it's just like, yes, please tell me more.
I love it. I love being around passionate people. So yeah, and I'll talk a little bit about how I got started. So I started streaming in June of 2020. A month before that, I actually started streaming Ocarina of Time with a regular controller. But on June 2020, I started dabbling with the drum controls. At first, it was going to be just a cool challenge to try on stream. But when I started mapping out the controls, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I wonder if speedrunning tricks are possible.
Yeah.
So then in Ocarina of Time, I mean, there's like the fountain clip, then getting the bottle. And there's a series of tricks you need to complete to be able to do a full run. So I went one by one and tried it on the drums. And whenever I did every single one, I was like, okay, theoretically, a run is possible. Then I think after 2 weeks of dabbling in it, I completed Ocarina of Time in 29 minutes, 49 seconds. And that's still the record today for that run. I have not been able to beat it, but that is where it started. And Ocarina of Time is another favorite game of mine. Absolutely loved it as a kid. Didn't beat it as a kid. So beating it as an adult with drum controls was very exciting to me. And ever since then, I've been dabbling in how to optimize the controls, how to connect to real hardware, how do I improve my drumming, and then trying to marry all of this together. I think Jules has a good perspective on this. Another part of doing instrument speedrunning is you have to be good at the instrument, be good at the speedrunning, but also the controller design behind it. You can see, like, if you don't have all those elements, you're really limiting what's possible. But with good controls, good design, and I designed these to kind of go with my style of playing, my setup of drums. This is where we're at now, like 6 years later, and I'm still having a blast doing this.
Yeah, no, like, and it shows. It, like, I had put out a call to action for alternative controllers in like February. And it took me forever to get back to you because like I originally had booked Jules and I was like, okay, I need something to pair with Jules. and I picked up Mimi Lena
Yeah.
with Breath of the Wild, any percent. Then Jules was like, hey, I'm touring. Can we change the day? So Mimi Lena did that show solo, and that show was so much fun. PowerPoint presentation, concert afterwards
Yeah.
with like Ocarina Zelda covers. It was great. And then I had a ton of submissions come through, including yours. And I was just like, whatever day I can get Jules on, what if I bring CZR on? And then Jules was like, yo, I've been trying to get in touch with CZR. Like, this would be
Exactly.
great.
No, you did an incredible thing here, and I think, I expect us to work together in the future. I do want to show off the BLJs again and sort of talk about like the thought behind it. So I do use a double bass pedal. I've always loved drumming to metalcore music, and in this case, it actually worked in my favor because I can mash A pretty fast. Now, when I used to play on emulator, one of the problems I had is that A was holding for too long. So I had to artificially program a quick unpress after the A is being pressed. That's not a problem here. We were able to write the script so that when I hit my bass drum like this, it's just a very short press. So I can mash and get those very clear press and unpress. Now, there isn't an ideal speed to press A for BLJs. I believe it's 16th notes at 110 beats per minute.
I think
So
that's
that's-
about right for what Jules said as well during the MS Paint demonstration.
Now, of course, a lot of things have to align. You have to have a good angle, and his butt has to grab, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Y'all getting presses? Exactly. Shout out to Buff Barbarian Babe in chat. So now I switched to this toggle mode that I talked about before the run. So this way, however hard I hit the drums, they will toggle. And what I do is hit the snare drum, close the hi-hats with my foot, and then press A. That gives me that long jump, the initial long jump. So that's that part. Then I hit the second tom to start going up, and that's when you'll see my left hand close the hi-hats, and I'll start mashing. So I'll show that off again. So long jump, and then I'm holding the hi-hats with my left hand, and then we're BLJing. There you go.
Right through that door.
Right
So,
through that door, exactly.
Quick correction,
now the reason,
Jules has found its 16th notes at 150 BPM.
Ooh,
At least with
150.
his
Okay,
experience
okay.
with the guitar.
Got it. I know you can do this, or maybe at some point you will, but when I start a BLJ, I've been noticing that I get a higher success rate if I start with faster notes. It doesn't necessarily have to be 16 notes, but if y'all watch the run back, when I start this one, I'll do faster hits, and then once he catches on, in that case I didn't have to do it, but once he catches on, then I'll go back to my normal pace. So
I wish I could play
Like right there.
strings with my feet.
now I did record the foot cam separately, so I will release this run on my channel with all the cams if you wanted to check that out. But yeah, that's one of the highlights of the run. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's surprisingly not too bad. As like you saw in chat, some people have actually done it with drum controls, and I don't think they're a drummer, so that boy's scooting.
Yeah, there is like a lot that goes into even just on regular controllers, a lot that goes into BLJs, but like that goes doubly so when you're using an instrument or any other like non like traditional controller. Like I can't, God, imagine Dr. Doot trying to saxophone a BLJ. Just
I don't even know.
the fastest tonguing notes in the West.
Exactly. Yeah. Hide your wife. Hide your girlfriend. Dr. Dude is here. Yeah, no, I do have the luxury that I can use two pedals, and one pedal is doable, right? but it's just like, I feel more comfortable with my double pedals and being able to just beat for free. Yeah, actually, yeah, I don't charge just yet, but we're working on a business model for that.
So one thing that's interesting, because someone mentioned Jules getting an expression pedal for like the guitar. There is someone who has done Mario 64 with pedal and with like whammy bar and stuff. Jules wants to try to accomplish it without whammy bar and without pedal, like just raw guitar, just the frets and strings, nothing else, which is like his envisionment. It's his vision for what he wants to do with the project, which is I would argue like just playing on hard mode. But it isn't impossible already, as we've proven today.
Yeah, I think that's what's fun about it, right? That it's a way that the game hasn't been played before, so you're experiencing it in a new way. Even as a player, when I first started doing this, it was like playing the game for the first time, which is what made it so fun to continue developing this. But yeah, I mean, I can tell that Jules has the soul of like being a challenge speedrunner.
Oh yeah.
And so of course we're gonna keep pushing what's possible, and I think that's part of the fun and the beauty of what we do.
Yeah, and like I've said before, if you've been watching this, whether you're watching on YouTube, like when this VOD releases on YouTube, or you're watching on Twitch right now, if either of these folks have like inspired you to try out musical or alternative speedrun like methods, please give it a shot. Like there's abject audio inputs on itch that lets you, if you are a person who does woodwinds or like you don't have access to a electronic version of like a violin or like a strings instrument, you can try abject audio inputs. It is possible there, but it is much harder like than it needs to be sometimes, depending on your instrument of choice. But if your instrument can output MIDI, like please look at CZR's YouTube. Take a look at CZR's YouTube because he has the tutorial for how he set up things that he has two tutorials, but one's outdated. And it'll just get you started with trying to do musical instrument runs. But if there's other ways that you want to like pick up a speedrunner, pick up a speedrun, like you should do it. Like whether it's like using a different controller or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And feel free to share it with us. I mean, we love seeing other people try this. I had a blast watching Jules do the guitar run. I mean, it kind of showed me as well that we don't have to be super perfectionist about it. It is just about trying it and seeing what we can get out of it. And what we get out of it now, it's very, very awesome speedruns, as you saw today.
Yeah, absolutely. It results in like the most incredible things. I just want to like take a moment, like before we do shout outs for you, I just want to also do a shout out to everyone who's been on my show with their alternative controller projects over the last like month, almost 2 months now. Like I just want to thank Mimi Lena with Breath of the Wild Ocarina, and then there was we had Dr. Doot with saxophone Sekiro. That was really, really cool, and it was an attempted hitless run. We did get hit, but that's okay. It was still a really incredible run. There was Lance the Master doing Riffmaster controller with Kingdom Hearts 3, like showing one of the Data bosses, Data Zenmus, I think. And that was really awesome. And then I think that show closed with Nico Hart doing a silly little fingered DDR pad boss rush with... I forgot the game already. Oh my god. I didn't host that one. I was sick during it. But shout out to Tea Tree for covering that show. And then I had you and Jules on. I've met so many incredible people over the last 2 months and gotten the chance to work with you, work with Jules, work with Dr. Doot and Mimi and everyone involved. Like, thank you so much. Y'all make these episodes possible. But enough about that. Like, I just wanted to gush for a moment because it means a lot. I'm also going on vacation from hosting for like a month, so it's just like it's so.
Oh well, shout outs to you, by the way. Like, you've gotten all of us together in one place. I mean, that's special. That's hard to do, right?
It is.
So
you'd be surprised how busy speedrunners are.
Yeah, so I mean, if we can get all of us in one room at a GDQ, I think a lot of cool things can happen. So we'll see.
Absolutely. Like, I would love to see jam sessions in the future with folks like you, Dr. Doot, Family Jewels, Mimi Lena, who's like got a huge like arsenal of instruments under her wing. Like, she's also a musical educator as well. So like, shout outs to my music teachers in chat or in the world. Like, if you are an educator, you are what allows like runs like these to be possible, and you're the one you probably have inspired kids or adults like around the world to pick up music, and also like maybe inadvertently pick up speedrunning with music. So that's really cool, and your efforts do not go unnoticed, I promise.
Appreciate that, yeah.
But let's go ahead and do you have anything else you wanted to share or talk about as we do your shout outs and things start to wrap for the night?
No, I will say that, follow all the instrument gamers that you find. They're all amazing. Follow my socials. I post regular updates, whether that's shorts that are records, new gameplay. Everything is focused around drum gaming and, of course, drum speedrunning as well. So, yeah, and then later this year, I'll be publicly announcing like when I'm going full-time and what the best way to support me is. Figuring that out right now.
Yeah, and honestly, like, best of luck to you in your future endeavors, your plans to go full-time with content creation, being able to like your hopes and dreams of like beating a previous incentive goal for a live GDQ event and perform live and being able to set up game booths at other events and conventions. That would be really incredible. Like, your journey is really inspiring. It has clearly inspired a bunch of other people, and I wish you nothing but the best to continue that,
Very much appreciate it. Thank you.
And that being said, I'm going to be taking a small hiatus. I am having some time off in the month of May. My birthday's the 28th of May. And I have been planning shows and working events a lot. So for like the past year. So it is time for me to have a small little birthday break. That's my birthday gift to me. But I do want you all to stick around because I want to, I will be back in June. We're hosting let me actually plug this real quick. If you are a Sonic speedrunner or Sonic speedrunners who haven't heard about this yet, because I only post on Blue Sky, Hypnotics and I are doing another annual Sonic Hotfix. What a surprise. It is the continuation of the Sonic and the series. This year's theme is glitched runs. So even if it's a singular glitch that happens in your run, we count it. So Sonic and the glitched gauntlet to mirror our glitchless gauntlet from a few years back. So submissions are open for that. GDQ social media has put out posts about that. It is the Oangus link on that post. So please go check that out. Submissions close May 9th, I believe. So if you're a Sonic speedrunner and a glitched run, by all means, please submit it. We want to see it. And that will be running June 6th to 7th. Yes, I know. I chose the date. I knew what I was doing. And I will be back hosting for that. But if you like Passion Project will be back at its normal time, 10 p.m. Eastern, Friday, June 12th. But thank you all for being here tonight, and please look after yourselves and your loved ones. Drink some water, stretch your legs, eat a snack, take your medication or vitamins if you need to, and remember that you are valid, you deserve the best, and the world is a better place with you still in it. Fast Travel will return at its normal time next week, Friday, May 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern, and like I said just a moment ago, Passion Project will return Friday